Most salespeople, they believe the reason people buy service or product is because of the price. Price is the main factor. Why do you think most salespeople cut prices?
It's the easy way out. The reason why they do it is because they haven't done all the other good stuff up front, to be quite frank with you. Why do people have difficulty closing? You know, there's an interesting answer to that. Nobody likes to be told no. So we don't ask the question. If you're fearful of being told no, then you ignore the question. It's as simple as that. It's human psyche. In the same way, as far as price is concerned, if you're looking for ways to motivate somebody to buy from you, the easiest thing that you can do, the lowest hanging fruit that you can do, the lowest barrier to entry, is to throw price into the mix. So, Mr. Customer, I'd really like to do business with you, and I think the best way for me to be able to do that and for you to make a positive decision in terms of talking to me is actually for me to reduce the price that I first discussed with you. Actually, for most people, most buyers, they're probably sat there, they're either thinking to themselves, great, I've got it cheaper, I was going to buy it anyway, or they're actually thinking to themselves, well, I was starting to like you, now I'm not. Because you're undoing any good work that you've done as far as being influential and trusted advisor. And I'm not suggesting price isn't important, and I'm not suggesting that people won't go into a negotiation on price, but there's a platform, which is a firm platform to have that discussion. It's not throwing price at the customer as a reason for him to buy, because you can't think as a salesperson of any better reason to give him. And what's interesting is, in talking to a lot of salespeople, one of the things that I say to them is that you actually have a much greater insight into that buyer's mind than you've ever really considered, you've ever really thought of. Because, funny enough, you are also a buyer. You buy things all the time. You buy cars, or you buy houses, or you buy electronic equipment for the home, or you buy vacations, or you go to the grocery store, or you buy things. Some are trivial items, day-to-day stuff. Some are much more important decisions where there are more factors involved in that decision-making process. So you tell me, how do you like to buy? And the salespeople, they'll talk to you. They will tell you, well, I want value, but I want to be able to get the right quality. And I want this, and I want... Right, okay. So tell me, why is it that the people that you're selling to would be any different in their buying criteria than the criteria that you have just outlined to me? Oh, well, there's a novel way of looking at it. It goes back to this kind of very basic concept of, let's put ourselves in the other person's shoes. And we can do that because actually we are in their shoes a lot, sometimes every day. We buy things for our companies. In some of the workshops that I've done, I've actually taken the CFO of the business that I'm working for and said to him, I want you to come in. I want you to give me 30 minutes of your time. I'm not going to even prepare you. But you're the person in the organization who fundamentally has a responsibility for purchasing within this business. Okay? I want you to come in. And I'll sit him down in the front of the room and say, okay, now, you fit the criteria and the profile of all the people that our sales group here are going to be selling to. Now, I need to sit down and put my feet up and have a bit of a sleep because I'm tired. Now you tell them how to sell to you. And that buyer will sit there and he will tell them the things that are important. He'll talk to them about the value. They'll talk to them about where price comes in. He'll talk to them where relationship. He'll talk to them about how he wants to be communicated with. All those great things. It's not in books. We have it here within our businesses, So there's all this great stuff that we can use, but we don't. Get people to take their blinders off and look peripherally around them and look at what information they have and what's available to them to be able to give them the greatest possible opportunity to be able to execute.